Hello, welcome back to the studio where we paint away the stress of everyday life here in South Wales. We certainly do. So I'm looking at my canvas and yeah, I'm going to talk about the process I actually go through. I've selected some colours because I've got a picture in mind.
Hey, welcome, thanks for stopping by. It's time to learn with our friend Clive. So grab your brush,
Photograph,
have a
or
great time.
I look for some free images on YouTube,
to
not
click
YouTube,
subscribe.
on Google and stuff like that. But you can do royalty-free images, so that's a good place to go. Because you always need the permission of somebody that's taken a photograph in order to use it as a reference. But I don't sell. Wow, I don't know if you heard that, but that was a bit loud. It scared me a bit. I wondered what the heck was happening then. So you always need the permission, but I don't sell my artwork. That I do you. These are just these just a little relaxation paintings that I do. So I'm just going to draw a line like that. So we're going to do some sort of a seascape again today because I quite like seascapes, and I know a lot of you do as well. So what I thought I'd do today, I took an image. I went to West Wales, down to Tenby, which is a lovely place to go. Last weekend, in fact, with my little grandson, I need to put some titanium white onto my palette. I've had to buy a new tube of white. Do you know that was nearly £8? I couldn't get over it. I nearly had a shock. Last time I bought a tube of paint, I think it was about £4-5. So that was a shock because I normally buy big tubs of paint. So, but I just happened to run out. Anyway, there we go. Things go up, they don't come down. So let's get some white just on my brush like that, and a little bit of yellow. And I don't talk much about my brushes because, you know, I just pick up any brush I think is going to work, and you don't need to worry about sizes of brushes and things like that. Just whether they're short, flats, filberts, or detail brushes, that type of thing. Just grab whichever one works for you, really. That's a little bit bright. Put a bit too much yellow on there then, but I want it light. Well, we'll go for a, there we are. We're going to go for quite a bright sky today. Well, we are now. It wasn't a plan, but it is now. So let's just put that on there like that. Because I want this bit of warmth. I want this warmth in the sky. Let me just wipe my brush. I'm trying to go through the process that I'm doing now just to make it easier for you. So, and this is going to dry very quickly today because it's quite humid here today. Now let's get a little bit of that yellow and the smallest amount of red. Smallest amount, because I want to make an orange, but I don't want to make it too bright of orange. Let's just get some more yellow into there. There we go. Mix it on the palette like that. And I'm just going to get this to merge into that like that. There we go. Get that glow of yellow orangey colour. A little orangey colour. There we are. More yellow than orange at the moment. That's what we want. And you can see it's starting to drag a little bit, so I'm just going to add a little bit of moisture to my brush just to get that paint to flow a bit, because this area there is already starting to dry, which is a bit disconcerting, but we'll get it. There we are. Let's just put a little bit of a hazy type of thing. We can put some white over that in a second. So now I'm going to go down, get a bit more yellow, and I'm going to add a little bit more red this time. I want to redden that up a little bit more, make it look like a definite orange. There's a definite difference in tone then. See what I mean? So we've got that orangey effect there. Something is rattling, it's annoying me. Let me just put my ruler there. A little bit of moisture, a little bit more red. There you go. Merging that in just like that. So we got this sunsetty type of feeling. Let's put a little bit of fleck in the sky just like that. I'm not going to put any clouds in today as such, but if there is any remnants of anything, it's going to be like that. So there we go. Now I'm going to get a little bit of red Let's get some of the, let's get a nice bit of yellow over there like that. Let's get some yellow into that, a red into that. There we go. Because I'm going to get a little bit of this Prussian blue there. So we got dirty colour. There we go. Bit of moisture. I don't know what that is driving around in that car, but it's making a funny old noise. That is. Yeah, just merging that in there like that. I'm going to wash this brush because I want to get that yellow out of that brush. Okay, now let's get a little bit of this red, and let's get a bit of this Prussian blue. I want to make a violet-y colour. There we go. Now, if I add yellow to that, it's going to go greeny. So I'm going to just add a little touch of white to it. There we are. Just a little touch. Ever so lightly. That's got a little bit pinky now, so we need to add a bit more blue to that. A little bit more red. Just play around until you get the colour you're looking for. That's what I do. I'm just going to put a bit of that, very, very lightly like that. Bit of moisture on the brush. There we go, like that. Bit of moisture. Let's just change my kitchen roll. There we go. Bit of moisture, just a wet brush now. Well, a damp brush. It's not wet, it's damp. I just want to merge this in. Get those colours to blend together. I like that. A bit more of that colour then coming down. Just like that. Just take your time. Let it blend. There you go. What a lovely looking sky that is. I quite like that sky. In fact, I really do. So I'm going to get some ultramarine blue and a little bit of Prussian blue together. And I'm going to get some white into that. I want to darken that up a bit more, so I just want to go a little slightly darker with that. There we go. Now, I've always said put a bit of masking tape or something, or a bit of painter's tape across there, because now I've got to hold my breath and hopefully got enough paint on the brush and it's wet enough because I can get this done in one. So let's get a nice straight line. And there we go. Bringing that down. Don't worry about a little bit of canvas showing through. That's adding to the sparkle effect that I want to try and get on this. I'm going to bring that straight down there like that. There we go. And then I'm going to get a little bit of Prussian blue and let's just get some little lines like that. I just heard a beep, so let me just check my cameras are working. So far so good, everything seems to be working okay. So let's continue let's continue with just putting a few little bits of shadow in. There we are. Just like this, very lightly. Just here and there and everywhere. Just getting a bit of shadow in the water like this. This is the sea, obviously. There we go. Just getting that in there like that. Dumpty dumpty dum. Just take your time. A bit more shadow in this water like that. Right, let's get some white. Same principle. So I've got some white, a little bit of Prussian blue. So we don't want it we don't want it bright white. We don't want it bright white. That's not the plan. The plan is to get it just off white. But we do the same type of thing, being very delicate. Just like this. And it does help if you've got a slightly wetter type of paint. Now because I paint a lot on a car, I don't know what it is. Because I paint a lot on cardboard, we can get away with it. And we can get, as we come further in, closer to ourselves, really, we need to just bring that up. Just getting it slightly brighter. Just like that. Just going into a bit more white paint. Just a bit more. Just getting that a wave effect that we're looking for. And as we come closer, we can tap the brush. And it just looks like little wavelets. No big crashing waves today, just little tiny ones. There we go. Just little tiny ones, just like that. There we go. So, let's wash that brush. I'm still using the same brush. I have not changed my brush yet. So I'm still using this one brush. So what I'm looking to do now is get a little bit of yellow. And I want to put a little bit of sparkle just on the water like that. It's a little bit of light. You don't want to go too much mad because it'll go green. You don't need to go green. You just want that little, like as if there's a little bit of reflection there. Why are we doing that? Now I'm going to change my brush and I'm going to get a detail brush. I'm going to get a detail brush. There we go. Let's get some white paint. And here, there we go. I think it's going to be about here. Let's just put a, try and paint a circle where we can. And we're going to dry that off in a second. Get some haze on that. When we got this detail brush, let's just pull a bit of paint off the brush, quite thick like this. Make it look as if a slightly bigger surfy type of water just break in like that. There we go. Get some of that white paint. Make it very thin. Very, very thin, in fact. Like ink. There we go. Because we can do that on cardboard. get some details in. Sometimes it won't flow for you. I don't know why, but we'll get there. Delicate, delicate, delicate. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to really dry that with a hairdryer now, and then we'll start on that misty effect that you've seen me do before. Okay, so I'm ready now to put a haze on. Now, this is mix in white. There you go. It's mix in white. And this is what I use. So let's just put a bit of water, a bit of paint down there. I can hear my phone ringing. I'm wondering if that's her. My wife will answer that now. So, I'm hoping my wife will answer that now. No, I'm going to have to go and answer the phone, I think. There we go. I've just come back. That was very quick. It's very quick on video, isn't it? You know, I'm gone and come back within milliseconds, but I've actually been in the house for about 10 minutes. So there you go. Yeah, everything's okay now, so that's fine. So mist in white, as I was saying, get it nice and thin like that. And let's just put some mist in white over this area like that. Let's just get that. And what this does, it puts like a glaze of white colour, because it's very, very translucent paint. It puts that just that little bit of a haze, and I love using this for seascapes and water paint, you know, underwater and that type of stuff. I do some underwater paintings as well, so which is quite nice. I've got a couple on the channel if you want to check them out. But yeah, okay. So I'm going to also get a little touch of yellow, just a touch of yellow, not too much. There we go, just over that sun area there like that. There we are, a little bit of, where's that orange I made? Let's get a little bit of orange as well. Just like that. A little bit of red, a little bit more red. Just a little bit more red around there like that. Whoops, maybe too much. But we'll work it in. Work it in like that. You get that glow from that sun. Whew, look, that's lovely, isn't it? Isn't that nice? Bit more of that white. Mix that in there like that. And I can hear the seagulls. The seagulls come in from the coast, because I don't live far from the seaside. And the seagulls come in from the coast, and they land on my roof, and they make all these funny noises. So let's get some white. Just strengthen that up. Just like that. Just tap it with my finger. There we go. This is a really bright sun. There we are. So what we need to do now, we need to think about our foreground, don't we? We do. So let me get some burnt umber and some Naples yellow, because we've got burnt umber and Naples yellow. There we go. And let's put some sand like that. Just tuck it in there like that. Shh, just rub it in. Whoosh. Don't worry too much about it, just have fun. Just put that in there like that. A bit darker there, just like this. Some light spots and dark spots. And just mix it up like that. Bit of moisture. And throw your brush over the floor to make it difficult for you to pick it up, because that always helps. It always helps when you're painting to throw your brush. So that's an important part of painting, that is. It really is. Right, put that in there like that. Let's get a bit of white. Just bring in a bit of white, just like this. Ta-da-da. Get some of this. Some rocks. Just like that. Don't have to paint loads of rocks. There's loads of rocks here. There was like pebbles and all that type of stuff. Some darker ones and some lighter ones. Just tapping a brush in, just like this. Making a multitude of rocks, shadows, highlights, midtones. Just like that. Look at that, all of a sudden, you've got all these little rocks and things. Don't work hard, because when you stand back, believe me, when you stand back, you'll see a lot more detail than what's there, really. You do. It's amazing. Absolutely amazes me every time I do this, because I just want to get those two colours mixed together. A bit of burnt umber, a bit of yellow ochre. I'm just mixing up like that. Just put some highlights on these rocks now. Just like that. Blending in. Don't look hard, don't work hard. There's no need to work hard. I don't work hard. Burnt umber. Prussian blue. Guess what that colour makes? It makes a nice black, dark colour black. There we are, it's a little blacky colour. Chuck a bit of that in as well. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? That is absolutely amazing. Washing our brush. I'm washing our brush. Get some of this blue. Bring that blue over. Bringing that blue just over there like that. And then getting your white paint. And putting in some watermarks, just like that, like as if they're tied, just washing in a little bit. There's not a lot of waves today, so, but there's enough just to show you that there's water there coming in, just like that. And then you can get your long thin script lining brush like this, get a bit of shadow. Just under a couple of them things and put that in there like that. Now we got to think, what are we going to do with this foreground? Because the sea looks pretty good. The sea looks pretty good. Now I need to get a brush. I'm just going to, you know, I don't stand on ceremony, so I just picked up this brush. Burnt umber. Burnt umber with that little bit of Prussian blue, look. There we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a tree trunk, because we need to give this something. A bit of driftwood has been washed up onto the beach. There we go. And it's a big old one. It's a tree. Where's this tree come from? I don't know where this tree's come from, but it's been battered and pushed about in the sea. There we go. It is a big old boy, that one. Makes somebody very happy if they're looking for driftwood, because you can get the axe on that, or a chainsaw or something like that. And there's plenty of driftwood there, but when the tide comes in, it's going to pick up this big old piece of driftwood, and it's going to take it back out to sea, and it's going to get all smashed up, and all these little bits and pieces are going to come off it. And wow, just ramshackle old piece of wood. Or it's just a tree that's on a bit of a bank in there, maybe off the side there, and it's just decided just to fall. Maybe there was a storm. you've got to make all these stories up in your mind. Maybe it was just a storm. A little bit of a twig coming out of there, and another little bit of a broken twiglets. There we are. I think I'm going to go for the latter story. I think it's just blown over and there was a big storm, and the sun has come out and it's just clearing, but it left this tree broken and battered. Maybe it was a big thunderstorm like we had last night, because we did have a big thunderstorm last night, and there was lightning, and oh, it was terrible. I remember when I was a child, but my mother used to go under the stairs. I nearly went under the stairs last night. I would have if I had under the stairs, but it's all full of rubbish and smelly shoes and things like that, so I didn't want to go under there because it is a bit funky sometimes, you know, smelly feet. There we go. Just a long, old, crunkly piece of wood. Old tree trunk. There, that's snapped off there. Maybe there's another bit of driftwood, just where it's just snapped, lying on that beach like that. A little bit of a twig coming up, just like that. Look at that, amazing. How easy is that? How easy is that? So let's get some more rocks and things. There we go. Why not? Let's put some, let me think. Let's get some, yeah, we could put some of that, like, because if there was a tree there, there's going to be some maybe bits of grass coming out, like those reeds that we were doing the other week. Do you remember them reeds we did? Just a couple of reeds maybe. Those sand dunes. Remember the sand dunes we painted, but this may be the other side of that sand dune. There we go, just flicking that up like that. There you go. We could put our seagulls in. Like that. We get a bit of yellow. Let's just put some highlight. On this tree. Maybe it's just picking up a bit of light. Maybe it's just picking up a little bit of light. Just like that. There you go. A tree that's blown down. A tree that blew down in a storm. There's I could just get a brush and maybe just smooth that in a bit. There, like that. Just like as if it's on the beach. There we go. Have fun and enjoy. Make a world up of your own, and just paint like I do. This is all about relaxation for me today, and that's important. And we could just carry on like this, couldn't you? Could carry on like this for hours, couldn't you? Just put in some more waters and more water in, a couple of little wavelets, and look at that. Sheesh. Just like that. Wow.
Welcome, thanks for stopping by.
Wow, wow, wow. Now,
It's time to learn with our
there's
friend
also a
Clive.
time when you have to stop
So grab your brush,
because you
have
start
a
to
great
mess things
time.
up. And I'm going to stop. So goodbye.
And don't forget to click subscribe.